waiting for you. My name is Tom. I'm an old man now. I live in a small house by the sea. Every morning I sit in my chair and listen to the waves. They are calm and slow, just like my days now. But my heart is full of old memories. Many years ago I was young like you. I lived in a busy town with my mother and father. We didn't have much money, but we had love. I worked at a little shoe shop. It was not easy, but I liked it. I smiled a lot in those days. One sunny afternoon I saw her. She was at the market picking apples. She had brown hair and wore a red dress. She looked at me and smiled. I smiled back. My heart felt warm. Her name was Lily. We started talking. Every day we met after work. We walked in the park and sat by the river. She told me stories. I listened and laughed. She had a soft voice. I never wanted the days to end. Lily loved to sing. She sang songs I had never heard before. Sometimes we sat under a tree and she sang to me. I closed my eyes and felt like the world stopped. I was happy, really happy. That was the beginning. So many things happened after that. Would you like to hear more, my boy? Come back tomorrow and I will tell you the next part of my story. The days with Lily were the best days of my life. We laughed, we walked, and we talked about everything. I told her my dreams. She told me hers. I wanted to marry her, but I was young and had no money. One evening I said, Lily, I want to give you a good life. I want to marry you one day. She smiled and said, Tom, I don't need money. I just want you. Her words made me happy, but I still felt I must do more. At that time the country was not at peace. There were problems, and many young men had to go to the army. One morning I got a letter. It said, you must come to serve. My hands shook. I didn't want to go. I told Lily. She was quiet. Then she said, I will wait for you. I looked into her eyes. I wanted to stay, but I had to leave. I packed my things and kissed her goodbye. My heart was heavy. The army was hard. We woke up early. We ran, we trained, and we followed orders. I missed Lily every day. At night I looked at the stars and thought of her. Her smile gave me hope. I wrote letters to her. I told her everything. She wrote back. Her letters were full of love. I kept them in my coat pocket. When I was cold or tired, I read them again and again. That time was dark, but her words were my light. I still remember her handwriting, small and soft. It felt like she was near me, even when she was far away. One cold morning we moved to a new place. There was snow on the ground. My boots were wet, and my hands were cold. We waited in silence. The sky was grey, and the air was heavy. Then we heard the sound of guns. Everything happened so fast. People ran. There was smoke and shouting. I was scared, but I had to be strong. I remembered Lily. I thought, I must stay alive. I must go back to her. That gave me courage. Many days passed. We walked through forests and fields. Sometimes we had no food. Sometimes we had no rest. At night I looked at the stars and whispered, Wait for me, Lily. I will come home. One day a friend of mine got hurt. His name was Joe. He was kind and funny. I helped him walk. He said, "Tom, you will go home. You will see her again." I said, "We both will." But deep inside, I was not sure. After many months, we heard the war was ending. I could not believe it. I cried. I was tired and weak, but I smiled for the first time in a long time. I thought only of Lily. I wanted to run to her. When I got back to the town, everything looked the same, but I felt different. I went to the market. I looked for her red dress. I looked for her brown hair. My heart was beating fast. Then I saw her. She was standing by the apples just like before. I stopped and looked at her. She was more beautiful than I remembered. She turned her head and saw me. Her eyes became wide. Then she ran to me. I opened my arms and she held me tight. We didn't speak at first. We just stood there, holding each other. My heart was full. I was home. I was safe. And she was still mine. That moment stayed in my heart forever. After that day, we spent every moment together. We walked, we laughed, and we cried. I told her everything that happened. She listened and held my hand. She said, "You are strong, Tom. I'm proud of you. I found work again. It was hard, but I didn't mind. I had Lily by my side. We saved money. One day I asked her, 'Lily, will you marry me now?' She smiled and said, 'Yes, Tom. I've waited for this day.' We had a small wedding, just a few friends and family. She wore a white dress. I wore my old suit. We didn't have much, but we had love. That was enough. That was everything. We moved into a tiny house near the sea. It was quiet and peaceful. We made tea every morning and watched the sun rise. Life was simple. Life was good. I still remember how she laughed when the wind blew her hair. I remember the songs she sang while cooking. She filled our home with joy. Years passed. Life went on. We grew older, but we were happy. We had no children, but we had each other. That was enough. Every day I thanked the world for bringing Lily back to me. In the evenings we sat by the window. She drank tea and I read the newspaper. Sometimes we said nothing. Just sitting together felt warm. She often sang soft songs before bed. Her voice was still sweet, but time moves fast. One winter, Lily got sick. At first it was just a cough. Then she felt weak. She could not walk far. I took care of her. I made soup. I read to her. I sat by her side. One night she held my hand and said, "Tom, don't be sad. We had a good life. I could not speak. My heart broke. I kissed her hand. 'I love you,' I said." She smiled and closed her eyes. She didn't wake up the next morning. I sat in the quiet room. I looked at her chair. Her book was still on the table. The house felt so empty. I felt like a part of me was gone. But I knew I was lucky. Lucky to love her. Lucky to be loved. Since then, many years have passed. I still live in this little house. I still make tea in the morning. I still watch the sea. And sometimes, when the wind is soft, I hear her voice in the air. Now I am an old man. My hair is white. My hands are slow. But my heart still remembers. I remember the market, the red dress, the songs under the tree. I remember Lily's smile. It never left me. Sometimes the children from the village come to visit. They sit near me and ask for stories. I smile and tell them about my youth, about the war, and most of all, about Lily. Their eyes grow wide and they listen quietly. I tell them, love is simple. It's not about big things. It's about small moments. A smile, a song, a walk in the rain. These are the things you will remember. Every night I sit by the sea. The waves come and go. The wind touches my face, like Lily's soft hands once did. I close my eyes and feel her near. She is not gone. She is in my heart, always. I am not afraid of time. I have lived, I have loved, and I have remembered. That is enough. When my time comes, I hope to see her again. Maybe she will sing to me like she did long ago. And that, my dear, is my story. Thank you for listening.